Shawn Kemp had something to say. I want to get your take on this.
Legend.
It wasn't the reason. He didn't beat us in the championship. He did not beat us. We was on his ass. He didn't beat us. Dennis Rodman's the one who beat us. We had no answer for his ass, man.
Really?
We had no answer for Dennis Rodman. I mean, every time that they needed a second shot or something special or extra rebound or tip in, this motherfucker was flying and winking and, I mean,
he said winking
and kissing and shit. And Dennis not even like that. He just do that shit to
irritate you, to fuck with you. What kind of shit would he do?
I'm gonna tell you with Frank Bukowski, man. Dennis started wearing color contacts during the championship. He started wearing color contacts during the championship with some lip shit on, man. And he would be like he was trying to kiss Frank's arm and this shit, and then Frank just couldn't take it, man. It was just the man in him just couldn't allow it.
I'd have lost it too. I'd have lost it too.
Dennis knew what buttons to push, man. And we needed Frank to rebound and shit, man.
That was a great series. I remember that series, GP and Jordan going at it. He said that they shut him down. They shut the GOAT down, Smitty. What's your take on that?
Well, they didn't, but they made it difficult for Jordan. I think after the first two games, I know Gary the Glove talked about it on the Last Dance or whatever. They switched some things up and made it. And then, I think field goal percentage-wise, Jordan wasn't as efficient as he usually is, but without Jordan, they don't win that championship.
I got this clip for you specifically. I wanted
I mean, I know why you did it. Whatever. I'm not an anti-Dennis Rodman guy. Like I never said that. The only reason why we had an argument is because I was trying to prove a point to you that Draymond Green's stats may not show you that he's amazing, but he's huge for that Golden State Warriors team. And a comp, not identical, just a comp, is a guy like a Dennis Rodman who, again, let me ask look phenomenal, but played a huge role in that. Anybody who knows basketball and has just like actual basketball knowledge, and you watch Golden State's all these years in their championship teams, and you will know the impact that Draymond does from a playmaking standpoint. He's really the true point guard for that team. He stepped everything up on offense. He made Steph, and when Clay was there, their game so much easier because of the timing he gives him the ball, where he gives him the ball. He does a little bit of everything. People forget in that game 7 in the finals that Draymond's dropped like 32, 19 or whatever. The thing about Draymond, he's a Swiss Army knife. He can do a little bit of everything, but he's vital, and he's the best defender on the team. So I was going to say all that before you go into anything that you're about to say, but go ahead and take it away.
You know you're struggling right now. You're forcing it right now, right?
I'm struggling nothing. This came out like so easy.
Let me. So let's fast forward. Let's fast forward, right?
You don't know basketball. You're from Cali.
I know. Let's fast forward. That's where the best basketball player. Let's fast forward.
It's different.
Yeah, one guy.
It's different. It's different. Homie, it's different. Go ahead. It is. You guys are all night, homie. It's different. Go ahead.
Yeah. Fast forward, right? Let's go fast forward, and then in like 20 years, when we get a guy like a Shawn Kemp talking about the stories of the Golden State team, let's say, do you ever see a guy saying Steph didn't beat us, Draymond did? Steph didn't beat us. Draymond beat us.
I'm gonna tell, homie. We don't know yet. It ain't.
We've
heard a million stories about Dennis Rodman, and this is the first time we've ever heard somebody say that.
KD didn't beat us. Draymond did.
Kemp. This is the first time we've heard anybody say about Dennis Rodman. Shout out Kemp, respect. He was there, so cool. But you act like this is like something that everybody just be saying.
It is because we saw. You know the part that you know why. Can I give you a real reason, real conversation? Can I have you a real conversation? Can I give you the real reason why we don't respect this generation?
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you. And I know you hate to hear this, but let me tell you.
Yeah, whatever.
Don't say whatever. That's micro. That's the childish. Let's just be grown up about it real quick.
Let's do it.
Smitty hates having a grown conversation. So Smitty takes Thursday, half of Thursday, and he already transitions into free game Friday. I've already noticed this last 6 weeks. If he's on the show, if not vacation, he takes half of Thursday and he already transitions it into free game Friday, his favorite day. And then he makes it like 2 shows almost in one. He automatically ties Thursday to Friday. Just giving you guys context. But here's why we don't respect you guys. We've actually lived in like multiple generations and had to see both and maybe 3 generations of people. play. And we have never been the ones to set you up for failure. We've always steered you strong, never wrong. That was never our intention as coaches, players, homies. We never did all that shit. Like, that wasn't our intention. It still isn't. But when y'all say now we are haters, when we tell you, hey, man, we got to see Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron, and then you've only got to see LeBron and tell us we're wrong. We don't know what we're talking about. That's why we don't respect y'all, homie. Like, we've actually lived it. Why are we hating? Why are we lying to you about the actual factual evidence that we have seen when we tell you, hey, man, LeBron, sorry, dog, you couldn't have played in that era, homie. And then you guys come out and say, you crazy as hell. Homie, you guys don't get it. It's okay. Like, you can defend your generation as we do. We get that. That's not the disrespectful part. The part is the fact that you dismiss everything that we've already seen and went through to where only you've gone through. And when this is the truth, in 20 years, 30 years, when y'all go through and see the softer ways that's coming ahead, like you've already admitted, Smitty, you're like, man, this generation is crazy. So then there's going to be another one, Smitty. You're going to be me. And you're going to be like, homie, I was in these 3 generations. You're crazy, young Bailey. You'll be talking to Bailey at that time. See, that's what I don't understand, why y'all don't get that part. Like, I don't understand. It's not even a knock. It's not even I'm not salting it or not. I don't get why y'all just can't say, like, that's where we've dismissed the elders and the respect factors and all this shit that's happened before us, where Draymond was wrong in that video we did and Barron was right. I don't understand that part. Like, in 30 years, Smitty, you're going to be exactly on the same hill. That's what I don't understand. You're going to be like, damn, the older cats were right. There has been 3 generations. I have seen the differences. Like, I don't understand. You live now. Now you will have lived in all the generations like I have. Like, I just don't get it, homie. Like, that's why we don't respect y'all. But go ahead, Smitty.
When I was a kid, I grew up watching, Kobe, Shaq, Trace McGrady, Vince Carter, AI, like that was my era. And I'm 31.
That's not your era. You were too young to call it your era. Come on now. Don't sit up here and tell me that was your era. How old were you when Kobe and AI played in that final game when it was 4-1 and AI won the first game?
7.
And you were 7 years old and that was your era.
Kobe played from 96 till when he retired, 28.
No. I asked you what your era is. How are you saying that's your era?
I remember my childhood. Okay, my childhood. Call it that.
That's not your era, though.
My childhood.
Your era is now.
To 10 years was watching these guys play.
Your era's now, homie. What do you mean? 7 years old is not your era, Smitty. What are you talking about? You can't. That means you have no era. Then that means you have no. Smitty, you have no
talk, and then like soon.
I apologize. Let me tell you though.
I don't accept it.
I don't really apologize. You got to really compare to have a era. You got to be able to compare generations and certain teams. How are you gonna have an era at 7 years old, homie? Go ahead. I apologize.
As I was saying, my era in my childhood growing up was watching guys like Vince Carter, Trace McGrady, AI, Shaq, Kobe, Timmy D. You know what I'm saying? Like, these type of legends, from a single digit age to my teenage years where these guys, I was watching Carmelo Anthony, a few years later, D Wade. These are guys who I grew up watching vividly, the same way that when JB was watching Magic and Bird of his time when he was young, and that was his era. This is my era that I was watching. Right,
that wasn't my era though.
And now I'm 31, and now I'm able to see, some of the current guys now, some of the young stars now, the Jason Tatums of the world, the Jokic's of the world, the Lucas, the Anthony Edwards of the world, the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the world, and I'm able to appreciate them too and appreciate their greatness as well. And I don't have to belittle their greatness because I'm in love and infatuated with the nostalgia of when I was truly a kid and really watching, certain players play because I love them so much. I can look at the players today and look at a Giannis and say Giannis is one of the greatest players that's ever played this game and could play in any era. I can look at it and say LeBron James could play any era, no matter it was 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, or now, and he would dominate. I can say KD could go back to the 80s and would still be a bucket. Kyrie. So I'm able to do that. And the reason why we sometimes bump heads with your era, I'm not gonna say we don't respect your era, but the reason why we will combat what y'all say, because you guys have extreme bias to your era and make it seem like it's either your era or no era, and anything outside of your era is just soft, weak. They couldn't have played. They couldn't handle hand checking. Like hand checking was just the thing. Like that's the deal breaker. We hand checking. We just couldn't like. Y'all act like certain things were so much better during that time. And it's cool. If you think it's better, defend your era. Defend your time you watch it. You should do that. Like we defend ours. But when you say outlandish things like LeBron couldn't play in this era, or this guy couldn't do this, or this guy didn't do that, or this guy's not, that's where I got to stop you. And in the conversation, in the context that we're having right now, if you know basketball, which if you don't, that's fine. But if you know basketball and understand the importance of certain like little things and nuances, you would understand how vital Draymond Green is to the Golden State Warriors, which is why so many people they look at that 3-1 comeback that the Cavs got and they say, well, if Draymond didn't get suspended, the Warriors win that. But a lot of people say that. And it's like, okay, well, Draymond was just such an average player. Then why would it matter so much? Because they still had Steph, who's a superstar, Hall of Famer. Still had Klay Thompson in his prime. Still had Iguodala. Still had all these good role players. You still had Steve Kerr, your coach. If Draymond just some average, just player, shouldn't matter that much. But we know that he's not. He's the playmaker. He's the point forward for that team. He's the best defender on that team. He sets the tone. We've seen Golden State Warriors when Draymond was out for a prolonged period of time. They're not the same. Steph has to work extremely harder for his shots. They don't have that defensive presence. They don't have, so it's so much that goes along with it that Draymond does for that team that's why I give him his respect. He's a 4-time All-Star for a reason. Like that ain't just for shits and giggles. It's for a reason. So
all right, let me correct.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. So I'm cool.
Yeah. Let me correct.
Dennis Rodman's phenomenal. This ain't no diss. I like both. That's my thing. They're both great in their own way. You say Dennis is better, cool. Dennis is better, cool. That's fine. We can say that, but that don't mean Draymond is also not great in his own.
Yeah, well, that's why you can't say your era is in year 7 because you couldn't tell me before that who to compare that to. That's why it's not your era. You're too young. So your era is actually now.
Why do you keep saying 7? Because you asked me a very specific question about that one particular year. So now So when I was 7, like that's just my era. Like just when I was 7, like so it's not from 7 through 16 or 7. Like I'm saying that whole fucking 2000s to the teens. That's my time as a kid. Every fucking day I'm watching the games. What I'm trying to tell you, like I'm like.
But you said it. I didn't say it.
No, you asked me a specific question by a specific year. I started naming player. I said I grew up watching T-Mac, Kobe, AI. These are actual guys I watched. I watched play. They played for more than just the 2001 season. You were trying to be.
I asked you how old you were.
You were trying to be funny and say, "Well, how old was you when they played in the finals?" They don't count, homie. AI played more than just 01. He played more than when I was just saying.
I asked you what age you were when you said this was your era.
No, you asked me what age I was when the Lakers played AI in the damn finals, homie.
That's the question I asked you, but you told me your era was T-Mac, AI, and those guys. I asked you what your age was.
What are you talking about?
All right, fair.
Yeah, I played. What are you talking about? I watched on Philly, the Nuggets. I watched. What are you talking about?
All right, fair.
All right, fair. What are you talking about? Yeah.
All right, fair. Okay, fair. You're right. So here's let me dive into when have you heard me say LeBron couldn't play in that era?
You loosely said it.
No. Let's be clear. Now we're direct. You just said it, so I admitted it.
You can go back and cut it. I know for a fact you said it.
No, I never said that.
Sometimes when you talk fast,
I've never said it.
You say stuff on accident. So
let me show you. Let me tell you what I said.
All right.
I said LeBron would not be LeBron in that era.
Okay,
now that's a huge difference, homie.
Please go back and cut it.
Tell me LeBron would never, ever be LeBron James in that era.
Better $100.
LeBron would not be the all-time scorer in that era.
Okay, LeBron would not be. Now.
LeBron has no skill set. You needed a skill set to play in that era, homie. You had to have a mid-range, a left hand, a actual skill set, homie. So
listen, you don't become an all-time scorer with no skill set. That's a lazy, tired argument.
You You actually can.
You literally can't. You don't.
Well,
you can't.
You actually can because Shaquille O'Neal is the most ball dominant era with no skill set. What are you talking about?
Shaq is the most. He's 326 pounds in the paint, ducking all day. That's not what LeBron's game is.
Then you prove my point.
Don't.
6'9", 270 is not a different anomaly.
Yeah, but
you're telling me he can't do what Shaq.
What is his game though? You act like LeBron's in the paint. He's shooting threes. He's doing mid range, getting to the paint.
Smitty, hold on.
He's doing everything.
Hold on. Talk to the chat real quick. I got to make one. Give me 1 second.
That's a piss poor argument. Listen, y'all. I say this all the time. I'm not even a LeBron fan, but this is an example of the old generation being so biased against certain players that they say stuff that's just outlandish. So I have to push back every time. LeBron's gonna be great in any era. He's gonna be just as dominant, if not more dominant, I would argue. If we being real, he might be more dominant in the previous era. Now, obviously, you guys want to throw out, well, if he played in the 80s, he wouldn't have had the same access to the equipment and the workouts. That's a different conversation. I'm saying we take LeBron and everything we've seen and we've known from his 21 careers or whatever, 21-year career, and just put that exact same LeBron and just bloop, drop them in the 90s, drop them in the 80s. He's dominating. That's a fact. Hey, come on now. It's certain stuff. It's like, what are we talking about? So I don't know. Yeah.
But that again, you see that now you're making my whole point from the very beginning point, which means why we don't respect y'all that didn't see both. You're sitting here literally telling me that he could have did something that I saw that you didn't see. That's why we don't respect y'all, homie.
LeBron was drafted in 2003. You're talking like LeBron is something like 2015. LeBron played when it was physical, homie.
If you keep dismissing the fact of my talk, though, you keep dismissing that because you can't. That's the problem, though. You can't admit it, homie.
My eyes work, homie. I'm not stupid. Like
I
don't have to grow up in the 80s to know LeBron James could play in the 80s.
That's stupid.
That's
disrespectful.
All right, for example, that's like me saying Jordan I didn't watch Jordan play, so I can't say that Jordan could play in this era.
Can I
no, some stuff is common sense. Like I know MJ, I watch him kill that. I see his letter, so I know for a fact he can play in this era. Like I don't
let me ask you something. What was the defense that they played then, since you know?
What are you asking me?
What was the defense the NBA played at that time that I got to see both in that you didn't see? Since you know and your eyes work, what was the defense the NBA played then?
Half-court defense.
No. What was the defense that the NBA was allowed to play then?
Come on, hand checking?
Man to man, homie. Since you know so much, homie, your eyes work. Guess what? There was no zone defense, homie. Since you know so motherfucking much, you got to see it so much.
They still play, man. What type of shit is that?
My eyes work.
New shit. They still play fucking man.
Homie.
You out here playing 2-3 zone all fucking game? You sound silly as hell saying that. That was not your best take. They still play man.
Holy
defense,
shit. Do you not understand that zone defense was allowed when Shaq came in, homie? Do you not understand?
I said they play man today.
Do you know there's a difference?
Most teams don't play zone.
Do you know there's a
Most
difference,
teams don't play zone
homie?
defense today, homie.
Smitty, there was a thing called illegal defense then, homie. That means you could not jump in and trap a cat like they do now and jump into a zone. Like, there's illegal defense. You shot an automatic free throw, homie. Yeah, I'm old enough to remember.
Okay, cool.
You had to play man-to-man, homie, and you're telling me LeBron James was going to be able to do what he does now against all the guys that I'm talking about, and you act like he would have still dominated the same way. You sound crazy, homie.
Hold on. You're telling me
the guy
guarding him man to man.
Yeah, let me break it down. Let me break it down for you.
Man in front of him
let me break it down for you. Let me break it down for you because you guys don't realize.
Educate me, please, OG.
Okay, I will. Since the guy, so LeBron James, let me ask you something. How great are LeBron James dribbling skills? Give me. Is he the best?
They're good.
No, they're not good at all. See, that's why you're just talking. Now you're just favoritism. LeBron James is horrible.
How great was Magic Johnson's dribbling ability?
LeBron James is a horrible dribbler,
How
homie.
great was Magic Johnson's dribbling ability in the same area? I'm just asking you a question. How great was Magic Johnson's dribbling ability where he had his back to the basket every time he fucking came down the court and he's still dominating?
Much better than LeBron's. Much better than LeBron's. Let me break down. Let me keep going though, homie. How great of a mid-range shooter is LeBron? How good is his left hand? How good of a free throw shooter is LeBron? So when I foul LeBron and put him on the line, when I put LeBron on the line, how good is he going to be?
About 80%.
See, y'all just talk. I don't know basketball and all this bullshit when I'm telling you the facts, and you know damn well he's a horrible free throw shooter.
No, he's not.
He's a horrible clutch player.
No,
he's a horrible dribbler. He's a horrible mid-range guy. He has no jumper. He has no three-point game. It's all fucking bullshit. He hits these shitty shots in zone defense, homie. Stop. He's a great mid-range shooter, TMX. See, this is why we don't respect y'all. He's a great mid-range shooter. I don't think y'all know what a great shooter is then. And that's just real. Now I can flip it and say, you all don't know basketball. Holy fuck. A guy that's chased the ring on super teams for his whole career, and Scoop Jackson came on and said this motherfucker couldn't play without a super team, but he could have played in my era. Get the fuck out of here. You guys are delusional, homie. Straight fucking delusional. He's a great dribbler now. All of a sudden, he's the all-time leading scorer, and LeBron now has the best handle. He's left-handed. He's the best free throw shooter. He's a mid-range jump shooter. So you're telling me he's
LeBron is left-handed, by the way.
He's Karl Malone, right?
LeBron is left-handed, by the way. Contrary to belief, LeBron is left-handed, by the way.
Hey, F.A.
So when you say he's not good with his left, you sound silly. So that's number one. Number two, he's arguably the best at getting to the rim in NBA history. Number three, he's one of the best passers, playmakers of all time. Number four, he's a good dribbler. That's good. Wow. He ain't losing the ball every fucking time. He has good ball handling. He's a solid mid-range and a solid three-point shooter.
It's all good. I get why we got prime sexuals, LeBron sexuals. I understand why they made that name up. It's clearly evident, and it's fine. It's fine.
If you never seen
we'll never be able to.
Respectfully, you don't watch NBA.
Smitty, we'll never agree. It's all right. We'll never agree.
Range fade away from the side.
F.A. homie. F.A. I know Smitty's your boy, F.A., but come on, homie. I thought you were real. Come on. It's ridiculous. It's all right. We'll never get along. We'll never get along.
It's just stuff like this. It's
disagree. Like this conversation's all. I mean, we've seen
people
a waste
of time because it's an ignorant conversation. Like it's silly to say that. It's just silly. It's just silly. Like I'm trying to find like a comparable thing to make you understand how I feel. Like it's literally like if I was to tell you, if I said Jordan couldn't play in this era. Like that's how silly it sounds for you to say that. Like it sounds
not at all.
It's certain all-time great. It's like
that's why I know that you don't know basketball.
If I said Kareem couldn't play,
now we know why you don't know basketball.
If I said Larry Bird could play this era, like that's how silly you sound when you say LeBron could play in that era.
See, now you make no sense. You're telling me that a jump shooter like LeBron, you're telling me that a great jump shooter like Jordan and one of the best shooters ever, and Larry Bird can't play in this era is the same as me saying LeBron couldn't play in that era when you had to actually use your skill set? Now you sound crazy, homie.
No, because
now you sound absolutely crazy.
LeBron don't have a skill set?
Homie, Larry Bird would average 60 now.
LeBron, you talking like LeBron is this guy?
Shit, homie.
You talk like LeBron is just one thing well.
He does.
There's
he plays
no
longer.
way. JB,
he plays longer.
JB, let me stop yelling. JB, let me stop yelling.
He plays longer, homie.
JB, use your common sense. How can you become the basically top 5 in almost every major stat category if you do one thing well? It ain't just longevity, homie. Vince Carter played for damn near the same amount of years. Ain't touching LeBron. So don't just give me longevity.
Well, that's what he did.
Kareem played just as long. He ain't LeBron.
Y'all keep like bringing up all this stuff,
I'm
but like
ask you a question, homie.
No, I know. I'm telling you longevity.
And he got the rings. So like, I don't understand.
He's got the rings chasing super teams. He's also lost more than anybody.
Okay, cool. That's cool. I'm not saying. And by the way, all have blemishes, homie. Every great has a blemish. Every great has a blemish.
But you've admitted on this show that this is the softest era of basketball. You've said it before. Like,
right now, but LeBron's in year 21, bro.
Let me ask you.
He got drafted in 03. Like this era right now.
Let me ask you.
Majority of his career has been during great time.
Okay, let's talk about the majority. So
you got drafted in 03, bro.
You said early on in his career he was playing against a tougher era.
Majority of his career.
Okay, all right. So let me ask you. So what did he do in that tougher era? He lost. He fucking lost all his titles in the tough era, homie. So guess what? You're making my point again. He couldn't have fucking played back then. He couldn't even beat fucking Dirk Nowitzki, homie. Get the fuck out of here. How many losses did he have early on in his career? He had to go to Miami and chase a super team, homie.
Let's use your argument.
Out of here, homie.
Let's use your argument. Let's go. Let's go back. Let's go back. You said he couldn't win. So now there's two different conversations you having. He went against the map. First of all, he took the Cavs to the fucking finals in like year 3 of his fucking career with a whole bunch of players. And got swept against the Spurs. Had a phenomenal series against the reigning champion, the Detroit Pistons, and upset them and got swept by the Spurs. The Spurs was a way better team. It's what it is. Common sense will tell you that. He goes to Miami. They lose against the Mavericks. You're right. They did lose against the Mavericks. But the conversation ain't how many. I didn't say he would have won 10 championships in the 80s. I didn't say it's in a championship conversation. We're asking could LeBron be as great in that era? Yes, he would. Even when he was losing championships, he was still dominating the game and was the top 5 player in the NBA. He was losing in the NBA finals. So it's not like you talking like he was just getting knocked out first round like every year. Like I just don't understand your argument, homie. Like it just don't. It literally makes no. If everybody puts their bias to the side and their fandom to the side and just look at it from a factual standpoint, it literally makes no sense. It literally makes no sense. And listen, I'm a Jordan guy. FM makes a good point. People act like Jordan went to the finals every single year of his career, and losing before the finals holds no weight. Jordan took him 7 years before he ever won a championship. He kept losing too. That's the fact. But we don't care about that though. All I'm saying is we have to be fair. We have to keep it even. Kobe, who I love, Kobe literally lost a playoff series because mentally he got pissed off against the Suns, if I'm not mistaken, and didn't fucking shoot. He had a tantrum and just didn't shoot. And just kept passing the ball. And I love Kobe, but that's a flaw.
Listen, man, this is you're saying
the fucking Pistons when they had Gary Payton, Karl Malone, Shaq, Kobe, and lost in 5 games to a Pistons team with the best player was Chauncey Billups.
Like you're making my point.
I'm just saying,
like you're literally making my point, and
arguments for everybody. All I'm trying to say,
you younger cats, homie.
Jordan got witnesses.
You know you're making my point, right?
Magic Johnson, they called him Tragic Johnson when he missed when he.
You know you're making my point.
Everybody has their downs. That's all I'm.
You know you're making my point, right?
I'm done talking. Whatever your point is, I'm done talking, bro.
I'm just saying you're making my point with everything because you're talking about a guy like Jordan who's early on in his career didn't win right away, and it goes back to my point as they didn't chase rings and leave either for super teams. They didn't team up with their best homies in the league to go beat the Pistons, homie.
Era. And they didn't need to. They didn't need to. You want to know why? They drafted Hall of Famer Scottie Pippen, and they brought in Hall of Famer Dennis Rodman to the team. So why would I leave, Jason? If I got Hall of Famers with me.
Now he moved the ball. Now he said, "Why do I leave?" Now he changed the point.
No. I said, why would I leave when he drafted Hall of Famer Scottie Pippen, and we brought in Hall of Famer Dennis Rodman to my team? If the Cleveland Cavaliers had brought the right players around him to support him fully, LeBron would have stayed. Jason.
Here's the other reason why. Again, this is why we don't respect you all when it comes to this whole Draymond Green topic, because we go back to the era and the generation of what I just said. A guy couldn't leave, then he didn't want to leave. He wanted to stay and beat the best, not join the best, as in your generation has done. And then we're going to say that this guy LeBron, which is direct quote out of your mouth, would have done the exact same thing in that era. Blows my mind. It's an oxymoron. No, he wouldn't have, homie, because he couldn't have chased rings and chased super teams. To your damn quote. So how would he have been the same? Like, it makes
rings.
zero
I'm just saying,
sense
in dominance.
It makes zero sense. He would not have been dominant.
And how he would have points would have been the same if not higher. Assists would have been the same if not higher. Rebound would have been the same if not higher. Whatever team he would have been on in that era would have been 30 games better than what they would have been without him.
By the way,
that's how great he is. For you,
by the way, let's get off LeBron though. Let's get off LeBron. The whole take was Rodman and Draymond, right. and I want to get back to the original take real quick as we wrap up today.
Yeah, I have 2 minutes.
Me too. I gotta go. Yeah. So here's the thing. Rodman was in Detroit when Jordan couldn't win. Rodman left Detroit and joined Chicago. And then Jordan won.
And they got Pippen too.
And I want to be real clear here.
We got Phil Jackson too.
Please don't ever compare Draymond Green to Rodman again, homie. just really, that's really all I gotta say. Like, just leave it alone. It's not really a good conversation. Rodman is head and shoulders above. It's not even close, homie. And Rodman is literally the guy that Shawn Kemp just mentioned. You'll never say that about Draymond Green. Like, let's be real.
Dennis was a freak athlete, diving everywhere. Cool.
By the way, he was a scorer in college. No, you don't want to even talk about.
We don't want to talk about college.
You would know, right? Because you saw that generation.
Yeah, he was a real small school at first. He was like a janitor at first. Then he was a really small school in college. But we don't care about college. Draymond was a scorer in college at Michigan State. I mean, we talk about college for it. Draymond was a baller at Michigan State. So take what you want to say. Like, so, all I'm saying is we can say Dennis Rodman is better. That's cool. I don't care about that. I'm saying stop dissing Draymond like Draymond's not great. That's all I'm saying.
I never dissed Draymond. I just said don't talk about our generation as if you guys are not going to talk about both generations. Don't just sit here and talk about respect. Homie, respect earned is respect given, as Baron Davis eloquently stated in that conversation. And then we brought up this whole Shawn Kemp thing, and I said
Draymond was just only thing Draymond said in that video, the way I understood it was like we're not gonna just respect you solely because you were born before me.